Why some people don't feel attachment to their family. Have you ever heard the phrase, family is everything, and wondered why it doesn't feel that way for you? Many people experience strong emotional bonds with parents, siblings, and relatives, but not everyone feels that natural pull. If you've always felt distant from your family, you might relate to something sometimes called being afamilial, meaning a person who doesn't naturally experience emotional closeness or belonging with their relatives. This doesn't mean you dislike your family or that you lack the ability to love. It simply means that the instinctive emotional bond many people talk about does not come automatically for you. Unfortunately, society often misunderstands this. People may assume you are cold, distant, or that something must be wrong. But feeling differently about family does not make you broken. At Mind Health and You, we talk about these lesser discussed experiences because many people struggle in silence. Mental health topics do not always get pushed by algorithms the same way viral content does. If you want to support this space, even leaving a comment helps others find this video when they need it most. Now let's explore what being a familial means and why some people feel a lack of emotional attachment to their families. What being a familial is. A familial refers to individuals who do not feel a natural sense of connection, attachment, or obligation toward their family. This can show up in different ways. You talk with family members, but the conversations feel like a routine or a role to play. You feel more yourself around friends, mentors, or a chosen family than with relatives. When you're away from family, you don't miss them much and may even feel relieved. Some people maintain contact out of duty rather than emotional desire. Others distance themselves completely. In all cases, the core experience is the same: emotional detachment from the family unit. How it happens. Being afamilial does not always come from trauma or neglect. Sometimes it develops gradually, shaped by emotional mismatches or family patterns. Here are some common causes. Emotional misalignment. Maybe your emotional needs were never fully understood growing up. Perhaps you shared your feelings and received logic or criticism instead of comfort. Over time, you may stop expecting emotional connection from your family and begin meeting your needs independently or through others. 2. Limited emotional communication. Some families simply do not talk about feelings. When emotions are never acknowledged, children may learn to mute their own. With time, distance becomes the default way to feel stable and safe. 3. Identity and values. For some, detachment develops later in life. Your beliefs, lifestyle, personality, or boundaries may clash with your family's worldview. You may care about them, but feel that closeness requires shrinking or hiding parts of yourself. Maintaining distance becomes a form of self-preservation. What psychology says. A familial is not a formal clinical diagnosis. It is a community term often used in spaces connected to the asexual and aromantic spectrum to describe people who don't feel automatic family-based attachment. However, psychology offers concepts that are closely related, such as attachment theory, how early bonds shape later emotional patterns; defensive detachment, distancing from caregivers as a protective response; anhedonia, difficulty feeling emotional reward in situations others find meaningful. While some individuals with certain personality disorders may experience minimal familial bonding, most afamilial people do not have a disorder. Their experience may come from personality, genetics, upbringing, or simply a different developmental path. In many cases, it is simply another variation of how humans attach and connect. Common myths. Myth: if you don't feel close to your family, something is wrong with you. Not true. Research shows that humans can form strong, protective emotional bonds outside their biological families. Many people go on to build deep relationships with friends, partners, or chosen families who offer understanding and emotional safety. Being a familial does not mean a lack of empathy or love. It means your emotional energy is selective, and you may prefer to invest it where you feel truly safe and seen. What this means for healing. Being a familial often comes with guilt, shaped by cultural expectations. We are taught that family should automatically matter more than anything else. But personal experience is not the same for everyone. Healing does not always mean reconnecting with relatives. Sometimes healing means accepting that love, connection, and belonging are things you are allowed to define for yourself. Sometimes distance is not rejection, it is self-respect. Thanks for watching Mind Health in You.